What if I told you that one decision at Microsoft could completely change the future of some of your favorite games? This week, Microsoft announced another massive wave of layoffs, affecting thousands of employees across the company. But for gamers, one name stood out immediately, and that was Bethesda. And if you're an Elder Scrolls Online player like myself, this news does hit a little bit differently. Because this isn't just about another corporate headline. This could have real consequences for the future of ESO, a future expansion, support, updates, and maybe even Microsoft's long-term gaming strategy. So what actually happened? Who was affected? And should ESO players be worried? Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Val. I cover gaming, MMOs, RPGs, and everything happening around the games that we love. If you enjoy honest discussions instead of drama and clickbait, consider subscribing because we're going to be talking a lot about the Elder Scrolls Online and the future of gaming. Now let's dive in. Microsoft has spent the last several years becoming one of the biggest gaming companies on the planet. First came the acquisition of Bethesda, then Activision Blizzard. On paper, everything looked unstoppable. Xbox Game Pass kept growing. Microsoft suddenly owned franchises like Halo, Doom, Fallout, Diablo, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Starfield, Elder Scrolls, and many more. It looked like the beginning of a new era. But behind the scenes, things were changing. This last round of layoffs affected thousands of employees across Microsoft, including people working at Xbox and Bethesda. Some game projects have reportedly been cancelled. Some studios have seen restructuring. And naturally, gamers started asking, what happens to my favorite game? For Elder Scrolls Online players, this news creates a lot of questions. Now, it is important to separate the facts from speculations. ESO is still being actively supported, the game's still receiving updates, the servers aren't shutting down, there's been no announcement whatsoever suggesting that the game is ending. But layoffs, of course, can still matter. Large MMOs rely on really big teams with developers, artists, QA testers, community managers, writers, and engineers. Even losing a relatively small number of experienced employees can slow development or shift priorities. Sometimes players don't notice immediately. Instead, the impact shows up months later through delayed features, fewer updates, or changes in the pace of development. That doesn't mean this will happen, but it's one reason players are paying close attention. I think the bigger story here isn't just the Elder Scrolls Online. It's Microsoft's strategy. Over the last few years, in fact, Microsoft has spent tens of billions of dollars acquiring studios. The expectation was that this acquisition would strengthen Xbox and Game Pass. But acquisitions also create enormous pressure. When investors expect returns, companies, of course, often look for ways to reduce the costs. Unfortunately, employees are frequently the first to feel that pressure. We've seen similar patterns across the tech industry over the past few years. Gaming isn't immune. Projects get canceled. Teams get reorganized. And sometimes even really good developers, incredible developers, lose their jobs through no fault of their own. That's the human side of this story that often does get overlooked. As a gamers, I always find these moments bittersweet, of course. On one hand, I love seeing incredible games continue to grow. On the other hand, every game is built by real people, animators, designers, artists, programmers, and community managers. People who spend years players building worlds that millions of us enjoy. When layoffs happen, they're not just numbers on a spreadsheet. Obviously, they're careers, families, people who actually genuinely love making games. I think it's really, really important to remember that. So where does this leave with the whole Elder Scrolls Online? Right now, there is no reason to panic. The game is still alive. Development continues. Players should absolutely keep enjoying Tamriel, but I also think it's fair to watch closely over the next few months. I don't know, will updates stay on schedule? Will new content continue at the same pace? Will Microsoft's long-term strategy for Bethesda change? Those are the questions that I'll be following. Now, I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think? Do you believe Microsoft gaming strategy is still on the right track? Are you worried about Elder Scrolls Online? Or do you think this is simply another restructuring that won't affect players? Please let me know in the comments below, because I read every single one of them and I want to get back to every single one of you. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.